Another renovation video, 2 weeks in a row, yay! Hey everyone, welcome back. Or if you're new, my name is Rose and this is our renovation series where we started renovating our house in the fall of 2023. And I'm finally working on the videos because it took about a year instead of 4 to 6 weeks. In this video, we're going to be working on the back of the house. The plasterer is coming and we painted a lot. So let's hop back to July last year. My boyfriend has summer holidays, so he said, let me paint the back door. So we took it out just now. And this is very exciting because, sorry for the neighbors' renovation noises. This color is basically my nail polish color. That's what all the frames outside are going to be. And this is the first time we are using it. So let's go see. Oh. Tea with Florence, baby. Wow. Vind je het mooie kleur? Ja. Het is minder donker dan mijn nagels. Ik dacht dat het hetzelfde was.
Okay, slow motion.
Satisfying. Ik zit naar mijn cactus te kijken. Lekker! I love it. Do you love it? I love it. Whee. Time to pop the door back in, which is pretty hard because it is super heavy, but we made it work together with some little pieces of wood to help us. And bare feet, a little bit dangerous. Layer 1 is on. We wanted to go to the beach for a little swim, but without a back door, that's not possible. So we hung it in there again. Tomorrow we will do the second layer. What do you think? I like it a lot, especially with the reflection of my hot boyfriend. If you're wondering why it looks so messy at the top, we are still waiting for the plasterer who didn't have time for months and months. It seems the builders are all super busy. At the front of their house, there was one more thing we wanted to do.
3 days later.
Before. After. It's hard to see here, but I planted a bunch of ice plants, Delosperma, and also these 2 canna on each side of our front door. And they died back in winter, but they are coming back strong now a year later. They're looking amazing.
2 days later.
My boyfriend has been working in the garden and look! We now have a tap outside in the bathroom kitchen. Oh, I have to show you the chaos.
Several days later.
Good morning. So, we still need the plasterer to come for insulating this part of the house and then finishing this part of the back of the house. But we heard that he didn't have any time. He wouldn't come anytime soon. So, my boyfriend's been working really hard improving the hot tub, filling it, putting salt into it. We now have one of those systems that makes the water actually stay clean instead of getting algae within 1 week. So, 500 liters of water right there. This morning, he got a call of the plasterer saying, hey, I'm coming today or tomorrow. So we're going to have to move this whole setup with the filters, the bamboos, the hot tub to get ready for the surprise visit of the plasterer. But then at least we can continue everything else. I've literally been having nightmares about this because everything else is waiting for the plasterer. The finishing of the, what do you call it, where they catch the rainwater? Gutters, the finishing of opening the roof again. And with that, I mean they have to re-insulate the pipes of the bathroom because they didn't do it right the first time. So they have to re-break open the new roof, fix the insulation, close everything off again. Super frustrating, but it has to be done. And also us painting the back of the house again. There's a plane. Can you hear it? Right there. That's what you get living close to Schiphol. But yeah, we are gonna find a solution, move 500 liters of water, and it's gonna happen today or tomorrow. So we're very excited about that. Another thing that's gonna be finished finally is this whole gutter, because the insulation is really thick, so we had to keep it open. And then here as well, once this is finished plastering, we can put the I don't know, stones, grins, in and close this up so that all the plants can move closer to the wall, because there's a whole big gap. And then also the outside shower can finally be finished because we have the same gap here still. And then everything can be painted. So it's a whole big thing that he is finally coming. We were able to borrow this, whatever it's called, from a local shop, which is really, really generous. It was kind of hard to get it in the garden because our shed is so narrow, as you can see here. But in the end, we got it there. And now it was time to try and get the 500 liters of water onto the thing because the hot tub is actually a little bit bigger than the little machine. So my boyfriend had me leaning on the side of the hot tub that was nearest the machine and then also lean on the machine because as you can see, the wheel was starting to lift, making it even harder to get the full hot tub on. My boyfriend then removed some of the wood to get the cart a little bit better underneath and that finally seemed to work. We were finally able to move it, especially where it was kind of stuck between the bamboo and the wall. So it worked out in the end, but it took a lot of effort. On the same day, we also had a company come by to install a water softener because the water where we live is really, really hard. And this is going to help our machines, our dishwasher, our water boiler, and especially also our new shower. My boyfriend made this cabinet around the dishwasher with a lade, drawer, and look! It's so beautiful. It's starting to look like a real kitchen. Only thing that's left is all the ceilings and all the walls.
The next morning.
The plasterer actually came. He put down these protection things. All his materials were all over the place. The fiberglass, the chalk powder bags, and most importantly, see these big insulation plates? They had been in our storage since December 2023. So 8 months they have been in our storage and taking up too much space. So we were very happy and relieved that he was here. Here we are helping him by removing the door because that would make his work a little bit easier going around the edges of the door. And then for my favorite part of any plasterer, the plaster making or whatever it's called. He's using our garden hose, which I thought was cool to see. This was one of the first times that it was used. Time to blend again. This is just so fun to see. I guess I should do baking more because that's also this blending process. But I love how it's in such a big bucket and with such big machinery as well. Unfortunately, somehow our time-lapse missed the first part of him putting the insulation plates up. But here you can see the continued part. It is so satisfying to watch and to know that our house will be warm and toasty. These insulation plates were 10 centimeters thick, so really, really nice. And then it was time for him to smush them all together. He put some corners up around the door, which looked like this. And then it was time to plaster. First, he did the little edges in between, and then he got the fiberglass ready that he's putting over the plastic. It's the green stuff you see on the left here. It was actually so cool to see because he puts the fiberglass into the plaster and then just goes over it with his squeegee tool or whatever it's called, and then it disappears into the plaster. I had to go teach yoga, so you see a little in between update here of how it looked before I left. And of course I switched the time lapse back on for while I was away. So you see him doing the rest of it. So fun to see. I wish I had some close-ups of that green stuff going in because that's the most satisfying part. I just got home from teaching yoga and look, the wall is closed and insulated. Yay! He is coming back in a few weeks after his vacation to do the last layer because this is not the final layer. It's gonna get more smooth. A reminder, this is what our greenhouse wall looked like for many, many months. And this is what it looks like now. Can you tell I am excited? I was so happy.
Ben je er blij mee soms?
The next day we decided to work on the upstairs windows. So we removed them from the dormer window that faces our garden. And look at me being a gentleman helping my boyfriend down. Not that he needed it. He prepped and painted the window frames. Look at this beautiful dark color. Tea with Florence from Little Green. You will be seeing more of this in future renovation videos because that's what we did the past few weeks, but that is almost a year away from where we are now in the renovation series. Sorry, I didn't find any more footage of this, so I'm just leaving this time lapse in and that's it. And then the weather became really nice, so we enjoyed our garden for a little bit and rested. And my boyfriend cleaned and filled the hot tub, so he asked me to test it out, but it was very, very cold water, so I was not very brave. I just stood in it for a little bit.
Ik dacht dat het een leuk filmpje zou worden.
Ja, dat dacht ik ook.
Geen aanstelfilmpje.
He was disappointed in my lack of bravery.
Roos chillend in de tuin. Even een kussentje gemaakt voor Mickey.
And that's it for this part. In the next video, we are starting our kitchen makeover, which includes so many different things, from painting and electricity to wallpapering and even tiling for the first time together. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe below if you haven't already. You can click the bell, then you get notified every time I upload a video. And if you want a little bit more, you can also join my Patreon or YouTube membership. We do a monthly Zoom call, we have a private Discord chat, and I try to make special videos just for the members as well. Very irregular, like my life, but I do my best. So thanks, friends.